All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
I was born ready.
I love it.
Okay. Music. Hey, hello everyone. I got to say, before we get into the show, I actually saw the video of this. You should look it up by M. Yeah.
The pop music.
Yeah, pop music.
Music video.
Yeah,
okay.
The pop music. It's a long 5-minute video. The little segment we use, the 10-second with Boogie with the Milkshake, blah, blah, blah. That's like literally 5 seconds of the song. It has nothing to do with food at all. It's all about a guy just talking about pop music with turntables and stuff. And he's just kind of this weird little white guy having fun. And
that's what you are.
You're just I'm a weird little white guy. It's having fun. Yeah. So anyway, that's my M. And who are we, Ash Watkins?
We are Eat Talk Repeat, and we're back. We took a month hiatus.
But nobody really noticed.
I know, because we did our job.
I know, we got it done, baby. Getting it done.
We got things loaded, so no one missed us. But I wore my American
I got to take a picture of this. Okay.
Just to remind you where you are.
Yeah, this is that's exactly, because am I in Spain? Am I in France? Paris? Bordeaux? Who knows?
Who knows?
He's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
But John did show up today bearing gifts.
Yes.
And I am so happy about this.
Something to remind you of our famous croissant crawl. Yes.
I love this.
All right, put it more to my camera a little bit there. There you go. That's good. Okay, that's straight from the banks of Paris, the banks of the Seine. We bought that. It's a recipe for the croissant and a little bit of history too.
It is beautiful, and I love it. I can't wait to get it framed and hung up on a wall.
Hey, pro tip.
Yeah.
When you travel and you want to buy souvenirs, get things like posters and socks and pieces of silk. Things that don't take up a lot of space in your luggage.
Last time you came back from the Verona glass with a
microscopic little Rocky.
Yes. So we're Eat Talk Repeat. We're back. We've got kind of a lot to cover today. There's some news.
I'm barely back from Europe, but yes, I am here. And
I was out of town and then a little bit staying in due to the sinuses. But I'm Ash Watkins, the Hamburguesa Principesa. You can find me on all platforms at Ash the Attorney. John, introduce yourself.
I'm John Curtis, known far and wide, in my humble opinion, in all modesty, as the world's greatest restaurant critic. Okay, you can find me at eatinglv.com, where, by the way, I have a new article I dropped right before I left for France. And basically, it's what's new in Vegas. It's just a rundown of 5 of the 6 top places. So it's at eatinglv.com. Find me at Twitter at Eating Las Vegas, spell it all out. And then at John Curtis, Curtas. I put the ass in Curtis on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok, believe it or not. I might be the oldest human being on TikTok.
Might be.
But
no, I think there's some TikTok grannies out there.
Yeah, there's some octogenarians that are doing kind of cool stuff. But I don't put much on TikTok because it's kind of a pain in the ass, and I don't have a lot of followers, so I don't really do. But I'm there too, under my name. So anyway, and we are Eat, Talk, Repeat, the Las Vegas's best restaurant podcast.
Yeah,
if we do say so ourselves.
Yeah, we call ourselves Vegas's proper food show, and I think the important thing that everyone needs to know about us that differentiates us is we don't get paid for this. We go out. We pick places, obviously, that we want to go check out that are new, and this isn't sponsored, paid for. Our opinions are our own.
Right.
That's hard to find in today's world. I know, with all the cheese pulls and all of that. So
and don't forget the lobster dunks.
The lobster dunks. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, and some of the influencers who aren't idiots, which most of them are, but a few of them are not. But they are also paid marketers. That's what they're doing. They're selling advertising. So, and some of them, when we know them, we love them. Phil Zhang, for one. I mean, he's right up front about it, and he's a real foodie, and I respect his opinions. But his business is marketing restaurants. So you have to know that going in. And our business is our opinions.
Marketing ourselves.
Marketing ourselves. We're marketing our opinions, and they're worth what you're paying for.
Yes, exactly. You can find us at Eat Talk Repeat on all platforms. We kind of aggregate all of our posts there, and also any updates around the food scene. We'll try and share those. Send us emails at cheers@eattalkrepeat.com. And we've got a website, eattalkrepeat.com, and there you can subscribe to our newsletter that'll be hopefully coming soon. Maybe some merch eventually. I think people would love
quality merch.
Yes. You can all be nano-influenced by us. And then also feel free to share your own personal pet peeve from the website. We've got a little area where you can do that.
Yeah, vent thy spleen.
Yes.
And we'll help you do it.
And then last but not least, if you love us, share us with your friends and family. You probably have some similar opinions, and they can use some good Vegas food news.
Well, as long as we're patting ourselves on the back, can I tell you a compliment I got this week when I got back in town a few days ago? Friend of the show, I was with them, and they said that that Carajillo that we like,
Yes.
that down on Las Vegas Boulevard South, right at Ogden, right there. He said he knew the owner and had been in several times, loves the place. And he said the owner asked everybody how they heard of the place, and the owner told him he got the most traction from people saying they heard it on Eat Talk Repeat.
Fuck yeah!
How about that? And I think he even paid some influencers to come in too. Yeah, I didn't get all the deets, but he said the guy was very effusive that John Curtis and Eat Talk Repeat were the ones that seemed to contribute to him getting the most traffic, and his business has picked up over the last couple months. So
hell yeah,
cha-ching for Carajillo, which I think is one of the best tacos in town. And I have a mea culpa, but let's go through our recent ventures, and remember last week when we put up our top threes?
Yeah.
We start at the beginning and say, we're gonna miss a few, and just because we're just forget. And sure enough, just yesterday I went, how could I have missed this place? But I'll go. I'll fall on my sword in a few minutes about that one. Okay.
So
it involves tacos, by the way. Yes.
My recent ventures: Coat at the Venetian, Terry Black's. I went down to Austin, Texas. Echo Taste Sound returned there for my religious breakfast experience. Tamba, Indian
again.
Oh my!
You become a Tamba regular. Huh?
I am. I got a booth there. We went to Amador Cocina Fina.
Yeah.
And you went to Milpa, Cured and Way, La Tai 2, In and Out.
In and Out, yes.
This list screams people that have been away from Vegas and they're going back.
No kidding. People say, what's the first meal you had when you came back? It was, you're in France for 2.5 weeks. You miss Thai food.
Oh,
man.
those spiky flavors.
Yeah, you just do.
Okay, well, that's where we've been. We'll get into those more later on in the show. Let's get into our food news you can use. Gymkhana, first date for service, appears to be December 3rd.
It's going to be a big deal. Gymkhana is going to be a big deal.
I'm not interested.
You're not?
No.
You're afraid it'll seduce you away from your loyalty and love for Tamba?
No. I will go. But I think it's going to be, like you said, a licensing deal.
Yeah. Well, in fact, that's what it is.
And also when you get into these strip restaurants, you have to be prepared to be treated as a tourist. Yeah. You are someone they never expect to see again.
Yeah.
And
welcome to my experience at Zaytinya.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, not that I want to be recognized or anything. I've gotten enough of that to last me my whole life.
It's not even about being recognized.
Yeah, it's just that. Yeah. Fine, you sit here. Yes, everyone's going through the motions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I enjoy going to places that treat you as if they want repeat business.
Exactly.
And they want to see you again, whether it's on the strip or off the strip. And so I just worry that Gymkhana is going to have basic hotel hospitality in that sense of captive audience. We don't really need to work hard to get you here. The concierges from all over the strip will send you blah, blah, blah.
And I'm curious to see. I mean, Tamba's been a big hit this year, and it hasn't even been open a year. It's coming up, on next month it'll be a year. I'm interested to see if the strip responds well to the tourist industry, responds well to Gymkhana, which has been a hot Indian restaurant in London now for maybe close to a decade, and it's one of the tougher tickets in London. Although there's gobs of great Indian food in London, but I'm interested to see how people respond, because it's not a steakhouse, it's not an Italian food, it's not an Italian steakhouse. I mean, Indian food is. Let's just say a little threatening to your average American knuckle-dragging fanny packer.
Yeah, it's. I don't think like.
Not that there's anything wrong with those things. But
I just don't. I don't think a lot of the people getting off their Southwest flight into Vegas is thinking, "I want a great Indian meal."
Right. I know. I want a Rogan Josh.
Yeah. No, they're like, I can't wait to go to get my bottomless mimosa brunch.
Right. Or my my pastas with meatballs or my big juicy prime rib or whatever the hell they're dreaming about. They're not dreaming about naan and tandoori chicken. But
I am.
I am. Oh yeah. And Tamba has sort of plowed some ground there by becoming very popular with locals. And in fact, I mean, I read something about this. There was an article in one of the major food internet sites talking about Indian food. This was 2 years old now, having a resurgence in America, where it's never been as popular as Italian, Spanish, steaks, blah blah blah, even French. But it seems to be coming back in the bigger cities, which means it's always going to trickle down here. So, and Gymkhana does it well. It's modern Indian. It's not the same old sag paneer with big globs of spinach and just lentil stews that are the worst, the most ugly, delicious things in the world. But yeah, so let's see. I'm rooting for it. Where's it going again? I was,
like Aria?
It's going to be in the old Julian Serrano space.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that it's going to be very interesting to see how well received it is. So keep going.
Your favorite space, I've seen all the posts all over. Carbone Riviera.
Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me, what? Yeah. And we ran into that chef, Jeff Weiss, the other night when we were at Amador, and he sent me a DM the other day, and he said he looked at the menu. He thought they were going to be doing all kinds of like unique to Vegas seafood stuff. It's just the Carbone menu.
Just on the water?
On the water with a few extra seafood dishes thrown in. It's the same, rigatoni and pasta with vodka sauce, blah, 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 Caesar salad. It's a lot of the same stuff.
If it ain't broke, though.
Yeah. Oh, no. People are beating a path to that door. Why, I don't know. But, yeah. So I think that's it, because it's all that and even less. And now now you get to drive around in a $3 million boat like a stupid Disneyland
I don't
attraction.
even think it's going to be like everyone can get on the boat. I think
you're going to put like 5 people in there. Yeah.
So you're going to have to be a high roller.
Yeah.
They're going to be putting whales on the boat.
Right. And you're going to have to hit a certain mark with your wine purchase or whatever. So
we're going to get on that boat, John.
Okay, let's keep talking.
Smoked SMKD. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. It came across my Instagram feed. SMKD. It's short for Smoked Meats and Killer Drinks. Opening in Henderson on November 12th. It's going in where Bell's Barbecue was that just closed.
The one I said that I was so unimpressed with, a couple years ago. Yeah.
So Bell's Barbecue closed. Smoked SMKD is opening. It's by the Ogden Hospitality Group. That group is apparently founded by Chef Alex Resnick, who I think became famous on the Food Network. Have you heard of him?
I don't know Alex Resnick. No.
Okay.
But
I don't either.
Everyone's a celebrity chef these days, so I just say, okay, you're a celebrity chef, even if I haven't heard of you.
There's a collab with Matt Meyer, formerly of 138.
And we love Matt. And he's got serious chops, so that bodes well.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting concept. They're taking over that area. They're going to be, apparently, Bell's did this famous smoked catfish. They're going to carry that over. But one of the important things I want to point out is that on Veterans Day, November 11th, the day before they technically open, if you show up with if you're a veteran with a military ID, they will give you a free lunch from 11 to 2 p.m. on Veterans Day. So that's very cool. So go check them out, support them in their opening. I think we're gonna have to include them in our crawl, which we gotta button down.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I have it in me before the end of the year though. I just don't. I mean, I just spent 15 days eating my way across France.
We'll give you a break. We'll talk after Thanksgiving. Yeah. So that's Smoked or SMKD. They're going to have all the barbecue meats.
All right.
They're going to do it all.
I think barbecue, even though we've named like 20 barbecue restaurants in this town, there's only a handful that are really good. So there's room at the top for good barbecue.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Guerrilla Pizza. You remember them?
Yeah, that's old Robbie Cunningham. Yeah.
It used to be in the Hard Hat Lounge, slinging Detroit-style pizzas. They are returning to action. Haven't heard a date. Also, they haven't really announced the location, but I've got it on great authority. It's going in over here downtown.
Right.
Where Farside Pizza was.
Right, where the original, there was the sandwich shop there. The
Goodwich?
The original Goodwich sandwich shop. But this gives me pause. Another friend DM'd me about this while I was over in France, and he said, look at this tweet or whatever it was. It was on a post that says they're opening Gorilla Pizza in the former Goodwich and Robbie Cunningham and Detroit style pizza, and everybody's excited. And they're looking to soon open over 100 different locations, which is to me, don't go there, people.
Yeah.
Open one place, make it a success. Don't start telling everybody how you're going to expand before you've opened the door on day one.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that it's been purchased, or there's been a large influx of money by a local restaurant group in town that really wants to help them open this spot, and then 100
right,
locations.
well,
but I'm with you.
Yeah.
It fucking open one.
Yeah.
Figure that out, and then if it works, it works. Because who did we see do that?
Well, Capriati's did it 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Capriati's did, but who else?
Remember Half Bird Chicken? They opened right there on Spring Mountain, and then they went out to Henderson, and it was So I mean, make sure you've got a product that the masses want.
Yeah, maybe with enough capital, who knows? I mean, people can do it, but I'm more excited about the first one. Don't ask me to be excited about the the 35th one when they open it up.
And just for anyone that doesn't know, Gorilla Pizza, they do Detroit style pies, so the thicker crust, and they do some fun ones. You remember what
and they bake the cheese like on the outside of the crust too.
Yeah, so there's that like crispy, crunchy edge.
Right.
Sauces on top.
Yeah. It's a carbo bomb.
It
folks.
is. It takes a few days, if not months, to fully digest one pizza slice. You can't eat a lot of it.
Yeah, it's.
But this place, remember, they were doing some fun ones like the Coney pie.
Yeah, I thought Cunningham stuff was fantastic. He was at the Hard Hat, and people were flocking to that door for his stuff. And then he moved, and then now he's come back. Remember, he left for a while.
Yeah, I forget what that was about, but he left, and then I think also the Hard Hat Lounge got bought, and there was that whole
that's
change.
Right. And now it's the burger place,
Yeah.
Stay Tuned Burgers. We're rooting for you, Robbie, and I can't wait to take. Even though I'm not a Detroit pizza aficionado, I still, I don't mind splitting.
I can't afford to be.
Yeah,
I went through my Red Dwarf phase over there. I was inhaling that stuff. It was like every Friday I'd go.
You're right, and then 3 days later you want to eat again.
Yeah. And wake up. You're finally coming out of the food coma. And then last but not least, on my food news, I don't know if we talked about it. Amador Cocina Fina.
You want to just use this as our segue into all the different places we've been, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah. Well, let me give a background of what it is, and then because we went there, so it is one of the places we went to.
And it's been open had been open like 4 days when we got there,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Chef Oscar Amador, who opened Idio Tapas there on Jones. And then they opened Anima by Idio up Russell area. And what else did they open? They're getting ready to open, what's it called? Brasseria on Paradise.
Which is the Idio Hospitality Group,
yes,
of which he's still a member. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. And then they consulted and opened up in Seattle in like one hotel, the restaurant called La Labo.
Right, and a friend of mine who just went there.
Oh,
who was up there? I can't remember. Where's the food gal? Oh,
we can text
she said
her
he just went there. Somebody just went there. Who's up in Seattle? I forget who it was.
And then they're also getting ready to open the Idio Gastropub, which is taking over, I think, the DW Bistro space.
Right across from Anima by Ido.
So the Idio Hospitality Group has done a lot with Chef Oscar Amador. And it seems like when they shut down Idio Tapas, the location on Jones, the OG baby that started it all.
Right, that really put him on the map.
He had the opportunity to take it on himself, and he decided, He wanted to. So he's doing his own solo project. This isn't under that hospitality group. It's just him. And reminder to everyone, he's a James Beard finalist for Best Chef Southwest in 2023, semifinalist for Outstanding Chef last year. All the gripes you can say about James Beard, about that whole process, this was a chef that's truly worthy of that kind of recognition.
Yeah. And he made a mark, and everybody responded to it when he opened Edo. And that, to me, it's been a game-changing restaurant for him, for Chinatown,
the town,
for town, right?
And none of the dishes that you see in any of those Edo hospitality restaurants are here. These are all new, reimagined, reinvented, made from scratch. Very Spanish influence.
I called it Spanish Latin, Pan Latin kind of, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of Mexican influences in there too, and maybe South and Central American foods sort of pop into certain recipes. It's pretty well. You want to start talking about the restaurant? It's only 34 seats too, and it's open 4, which is interesting. I love this the hours 4 to 11, right? 4 to 11, and which means you can either get a head start on the night, or if you're an old person, you know, you can start start eating dinner, you know, at a late lunchtime, or basically. And I like that. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be ready for dinner at 4, but it makes it accessible to people who just want to pop in and get a bite, you know, but without it being a big deal. And it's the kind of menu you can do that with. That you can. Edo was a little bit taste menu oriented. You remember you could get things.
You came with tweezers. You sat down and you had your round plate and tweezers, and you were like, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah. And it was a multi-course thing. You could go a la carte there, but it basically was a tasting menu of very exotic Spanish stuff that they pulled off beautifully.
Oh my goodness!
And this is more. You can go in and get a taco, or you can go in and get a little ceviche and a couple of dishes and walk out. So you can mix and match it into a big meal or keep it really small. So it's a very smart concept. His food is complicated. I'll give you that. He threw some stuff at us the other night that I was like, man, there's a lot of ingredients going on here, you know? I mean, but then he brings forth that grilled branzino
that we didn't want.
We didn't even want it. We were full. He splits it in half.
Yeah.
Simply grills it with this kind of, I don't know.
Ponzu-y sauce.
Ponzu electric, kind of spicy, but kind of not. But soothing and lemony. And you take a bite and go, this is the best freaking fish I've had this year.
That's what you said.
I said, I mean, the best fish I've had in Las Vegas in 2025. I mean, a beautifully simple dish. It reminded me of the kind of sauce you might get on an exquisite like Mandarin banquet you'd get when they feature a fish and they put, you know, the ginger and the scallions and the garlic and everything. He's really thought it through. And then the chicken, the little roast baby chicken shows up with this achiote marinade. And we're not hungry at all because we've had like a dozen appetizers. And that blew us away.
It was really incredible.
Right. So
we all sat down, we looked at the menu and we're like, we're not going to do the main dishes. We're just going to bounce around on the tapas, the crudos, ceviches, the tacos, all of that stuff. And then we'll come back another time. And so he surprised us when he brought out the branzino and the baby chicken. And thank God he did, because we laughed. We were like, they were really, I think, the two highlights that we both just blew our minds, loved it. And the chicken almost had like an orange-ish glaze to it, right?
Achiote, the achiote peppers and the dry peppers, they've marinated in that. But it was kind of spiky too. I define the flavors, a lot of spike to the things. It's kind of soothing, and then there's accents that come in sideways at you. And I mean, it's very hard food to pull off the balance between that that soothing savoriness and just accenting them with heat or acid, you know, in the right way. And man, it hit every button. It did.
And he's aging
his fish,
which that branzino was like several days aged.
Right.
And so I think that adds to some of the complexity and the flavor.
Firms it up, in the mouth. And I mean, you want to taste the branzino, go to Amador. And I've got to look at the food gal. I forgot to send to take the menu. Ash, and you were with me, and you're supposed to remind me of these things, okay?
Oh, shoot.
Well, you know, what do I pay you for?
You get what you pay for, John.
But the
menu, I mean, I have a photo of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The branzino, the half branzino is $36, and the pollo, roasted spring chicken with achiote marinade, fermented salsify and sour orange sauce. That was $28. This is spectacular food for way underneath what you'll pay for the same things 2 miles to the east. Okay.
And then also just kind of like one of the nice things was you don't feel like you're still in EDO.
Even though they haven't changed much about it.
Like it's still the booths. It's still the same table orientation and setup.
There's 34 seats.
There's 34 seats. So there's not a lot they can change, but they've changed the decor in there enough where it does feel dialed down. The service is much more laid back. It's not as
and it's brighter.
formal, and it is
a little
brighter,
and it has a more informal feel, even though they haven't changed. I think they've brightened it up in a way, and it's the same restaurant, but it's not the same restaurant.
Yeah,
and it's cheaper and it's more accessible, and they just do all. I mean, I thought the dry aged fish ceviche was fantastic too.
Yes,
and there's some things I didn't understand.
There was one that none of us understood, but I loved the steak tartare on top of the patatas brava.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
He called it steak gilda and frites. Yeah,
yes.
So it's basically like Hasselback, little thin sliced potatoes that are baked together, and they come together, and then he has a steak tartare, and then he puts a gilda, the classic Spanish hot pepper with anchovies on top. That just knocked me out. It did. And like these things are like $9 or $10. These are not a lot. And they're per piece. You can go big or go small. I mean, Amador, I think, is going to be a tough ticket. If he stays focused there and gets the right crew there, it could be one of those places like a year from now you're having a hard time getting into.
I think he'll definitely. I'm sure he's drawing a crowd of young chefs wanting to learn from him and work with him.
Yeah, good point.
Because I think. Steve Kessler of Anima, or not Anima, of Aroma. I think
Latin
he did a stint with Chef Oscar at one point. But and the dishes were just kind of very interesting, mind blowing. There was a smoked beet salad that was really good. Really incredible stuff. So if you like great food, get in now.
Get in now. I mean, he does 4 tapas. He does. The only thing that didn't make sense to me was the thing with, you guessed it, caviar on it. And he brought to the table and they said, and he looked at me like, Mr. Curtis, this is the only molecular thing I'm trying to do here. And it was kind of like a popsicle, like a savory popsicle, cold, with like a black coating on it. And I think it was some kind of sunchoke, basically like a mash of sunchoke, but it's chilled to be like the texture of ice cream. Then he puts black caviar on it. And I mean, it was interesting. I don't think I'm going to clamor for a second bite.
Yeah. But it's one of those photographable dishes.
Oh, yeah. It might be the thing that makes him famous again. Who knows?
But yeah, really, it's one of those places that right when I walked out, I couldn't wait to go back.
Right.
Because there were so many things that we didn't get to. They do this breakfast taco that has the pork belly and the ramen egg in it. It was just mind blowing. Well,
I think one of those was at the table, but our buddy Don ate the whole thing, didn't he?
Oh, Don and I split one, and you.
Well, I didn't get a bite of that. I don't know why. You all were denying me. I don't know.
That might have been the quesadilla.
Yes, I didn't get the quesadilla.
So good, but you bastardize it, John. If you ever go eat with John. And it's family style. Just be prepared to get a dish before him because as soon as the dish gets to John, he starts messing with it, picking at it
apart.
And just absolutely massacring it to like smithereens.
I've never seen a sandwich I don't want to destroy on the plate. Okay, before I take a bite. Yeah.
So I'm really excited to go back. The menu, I will acknowledge and admit the menu's laid out a little funky, but the service is there to help you guide through it and help you pick what is what, explain the differences. Also didn't mention they're making these like homemade salsas and like tinctures. And so when you sit down on the table.
There's 5 of them. They bring them with different spoons.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay. Incredible.
Yeah. Like their own garlic chili crunch kind of thing. Their own salsa verde. They've got a balsamico.
Yeah. The ages in-house. I mean, This is food on a different level, and I think in terms of Las Vegas is such a melting pot. we're never going to be known for our Italian food. We have great Italian restaurants, but it's Italian.
Yeah.
Steakhouses are, we've got like dozens of them that are great. But this kind of, I call it pan-Latin or Latin-influenced, Spanish, Mexican, Central, South American food could be the kind of thing between Kessler and Oscar that this town gets known for. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if it'll take off like spaghetti and meatballs, but it's interesting. It's accessible. It has enough relations back or callbacks to things that people understand, like tostadas and tacos, that it's not as frightening as, let's say, Indian food can be to some people, So
it still looks like an enchilada.
Right. He's just doing it with better pork, and he's doing it with more interesting salsas and things like that. Between like him and what Letitia Mitchell does in that, these are the kind of foods I wish Las Vegas had more restaurants like this. There could be a definitive type of eating and type of restaurant that chefs get response to, not another Italian, steakhouse.
Yeah,
Please.
I completely agree. And so I'm excited for this. Like you said, John, it just opened the 1st of November. We got to it a few days in. I'm excited to see where it goes.
I got to interrupt you because I just flashed on something.
I
just flashed on something. And again, I forgot to write it down. But yeah, for a guy who's only been in town 3 days, I've been really busy, all on behalf of this show.
Thank you.
But speaking of Italian steakhouse, it just popped in my brain. Another friend of mine, while I'm in Europe, sends me a text and goes, "You won't believe what's going on at the El Cortez Hotel." And I go, "Well, I know they've done a revamp and blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Well, they're taking out Siegel's 1941, which has been the coffee shop there forever, or at least the last decade or so."
Yeah.
And he says they're putting in, and he says, "Wait for it." And I said, "Don't tell me."
Rayo's?
A steakhouse? And he goes, "Close, an Italian steakhouse." So another Italian steakhouse going into to try to compete with Adiamo down at and all the steakhouses downtown. So probably a good move for the El Cortez. Not going to open until next year. But this person has it on good authority, and he's a guy plugged in to the downtown restaurant scene, so I can trust what he says.
We got to do a count. How many Italian restaurants and steakhouses we have?
Yeah. You can Google it. But the trouble with the steakhouses, they include things like Benihana and things like that I don't.
No,
consider.
that's not a steakhouse.
Yeah. And Morton's. Morton. Okay. So anyway, that was some food news you could use. Retroactively inserted because I didn't want to forget it.
But just to button up this segment before we take a break, Chef Oscar Amador, congratulations on your solo venture. I think this is going to be inspiring for not only yourself, but the whole community, and I can't wait to get back there. So let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll go through our rest of our ventures and our pet peeves, and we'll go from there.
I'm the best.
Personal injury law has been the same for a long time.
The best.
Big egos, greed, and sleazy schemes. We've had enough. Welcome to Sam and Ash, the new standard for personal injury law, where things are done the right way, because you deserve a team that delivers real support and results. When you have both, your whole world can change. Sam and Ash Injury Law, because you deserve what's right.
All right, we're back.
Oh, man.
Can I give you another little piece of trivia about M?
Yeah, please.
He, look up the triplets of Belleville, the triplets of Belleville, as they say in French. It was an animated short. I think it was Oscar winning. It came out, good gosh, 15 years ago at least. He did the music for it. And it's very catchy, old-timey French music that he kind of gives a modern spin to.
Okay.
It's a very weird but charmingly weird animated film about three old ladies who used to be hot tacos, in Paris, and they have a nephew who gets in trouble with the mob. It's very cute though. It's animated. It's an animated thing, and the music is great, and the animation is fantastic. And the 3-dimensional like animation they do of like Paris back in like 1900 and everything is really fascinating. But M did the music to that, and he did some very catchy little tunes to the triplets of Belleville. Check it out.
Wow, I will.
See, you're learning
Look at-
something.
Finally.
I'm not just another pretty face. I know
That's
things.
just me.
Okay, yeah, that's the other side of this equation.
You bring the bona fides and
Okay.
the real facts. I'm
All
just
right.
here for the looks. Okay, so my recent ventures went to Cote Vegas. What a scene, man.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Is it a steakhouse? Is it a Korean restaurant?
Is it a
a
club?
nightclub? Yeah. Is it a beautiful convocation of the beautiful people? All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. What do you think?
Interesting.
So what do you have? Did you get the $88 meat special or what did you
No, we ordered a la carte.
get? Oh, okay.
I wanted to do that.
It's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I wanted to do
yeah, it
that.
is.
Just I thought it was like easier on my brain at that time. But no, we ended up picking a la carte. Then we got some of the sides, like I forget what they are, but we got the bacon at the beginning.
Yeah, the bacon, the beef bacon is really good. Yeah, they do some really tasty stuff.
Okay, so let me just kind of rewind and start from the beginning. Walked up, hostesses very attentive, knew exactly, said one of the persons in the party was already at the bar. Go to the bar, noticed one thing about their bar. Beautiful, round
Yeah,
bar.
big oval, yeah.
Big oval bar, not a chair.
Yeah.
Not one chair.
Right. It's there to lean, get a drink and lean and
leave.
leave.
And I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think that is a very smart thing because you feel comfortable enough going up, grabbing a drink, but you're not like leaning over someone who might be trying to have their dinner there.
Nobody's camping there.
No
either.
one's camping there. It's a holding pattern, but it would be a great like hotel bar. Meet me there for a drink.
Yeah, you can still have a couple of drinks there and no problem. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
yeah,
the
I gotta
bartenders, very, very knowledgeable, loved the little menu they did. Then went to our table. It is similar to, what is it, Poppy Steak, in that it's stadium style seating. So and Pisces. You know how these restaurants are now like tiered?
Layering themselves a little bit, yeah.
So we were like mid-tier booth, grill in the middle.
Right. Well, you didn't get any grilled meat.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
so they grill it for you.
Yes. Which is, I would be stressed out. That's
I don't know how the wait staff training that wait staff's got to be rough because they are going from table to table doing this stuff.
and they're having to do the counters because how that you want your meat
Yeah.
and impressive.
And the meat's impressive.
The meat is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. And so the server we had actually used to work at Esther's, so that was kind of a fun throwback. She was really attentive and thoughtful, gave us some guidance on what to order, what to avoid. I love it. You don't leave there smelling like a Korean steakhouse.
The food gal was very, very happy about that too.
They have those barbecue grills. They're smokeless, so the smoke's not going up. The vents are like sucking the air right off of it. So it actually is an enjoyable experience. It's fun. It's a little dinner with a show. You don't have to do any of the work. They cut the meat for you. All of the little...
They don't chew it for you, however.
Yeah, I know. The banchan, all delicious. The kimchi's.
Right.
Everything is just top notch.
Right.
So I really, I loved it.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised how much I liked it too.
Yeah, and the music, it is a little untsy. They have this ceiling that kind of
Untsy?
like yeah.
Never heard that before. But,
I'm teaching. I taught you something.
Yeah, well,
Vibey. But the ceiling lights up with the music.
But
And
but it wasn't intrusive. It didn't bother me at all.
No,
They said it gets louder later at night,
Yeah.
which is cool. But we were there at like 8 o'clock at night, and I didn't mind.
I was
the
there at
music.
7, and
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So really, I think it's going to be a hit with all of the tourism and the conventioners. It is really, if someone's coming from out of town, this is a place you take them. That's a different steakhouse experience. They probably won't get it anywhere else. I know there's Coates in New York, Miami, and now here.
It's the fourth one. I don't know.
There
Fifth. might be the fifth.
I think there might be one in like Dubai.
Asia,
yeah.
or Asia somewhere. Yeah. So I think this is our fifth one. But yes, and just someone in the know who's been to the one in New York City said this is bigger, much larger.
Bigger.
than
I've
one.
been to New York.
Oh yeah, small there, right? This
Small.
is like 3 times the size of the.
Yes. This one is much more
Yeah.
thought out for that. Like the Vegas one or the New York one is just larger booths and fewer tables. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, much.
The New York one is larger booths and fewer tables.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, it is a much square footage wise insanely smaller space.
You know, it's amazing. I've noticed this over the years. how many places that transport themselves from New York, that get big in New York and then come out here, how they take the template and just like, blow it up, give it steroids. Like I saw it with like the old Homestead Steakhouse, Scarpetta, Carbone. I mean, you go to these places in New York City and
Peter
just,
Luger? No? Yes?
Luger, yeah. Luger's just 2 big rooms. It's an old-fashioned beer hall. So and it's not that big. Maybe there's 20 tables in it or something like that. Yeah, so this Peter Luger is immense. We have 350 seats. Yeah, another good example. But the original Scarpetta in New York was like the size of this table. It had like it's the size. It was like Edo. It has like 35 seats. And the old Homestead Steakhouse was this tiny little L-shaped steakhouse in the old meatpacking district. And then they brought it here, and of course it has to have 275 seats and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's just interesting how that works because of course they're economies of scale being what they are, they're trying to make money on it. So you can't make money on a 35-seat restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip.
The one in New York City, if I recall correctly, it was a few years ago we went, and it was. I remember the booths were a little bit like they were square, rectangle, and higher walls. Like, and it wasn't a COVID thing because it was, but it felt more intimate.
Right.
This is this is much more of a scene. And
you can see everybody.
You want
everybody
the energy of it,
right,
the room. Like, it is a room with energy, and I liked it. I had a great time. I left there, and this is the test of are you dying to go back?
Right.
I don't know if I was dying to go back necessarily, but I definitely will go back, and I definitely will recommend it to people.
Well, my buddy who's as I said, he says this food's substantially the same. The wine list is spectacular, but it's also
very expensive,
spectacularly priced. So be forewarned. I just got a little sake when we were there. Okay, so you're in Austin, Texas. Give us a little thumbnail of what you thought of Austin. Go ahead, unvarnished. I want.
Okay, I'm going to give you my quick thumbnail. I went down to Austin, tried to do a lot of research online. I told you the other night, I kind of got undertow. Like when you're in the waves and you get spun upside down and salt water flying up your nose. Like, you just can't tell up and down what's good, what's not. There's a lot of food trucks everywhere, and I didn't want food trucks. But ultimately, I felt like the food scene was a little soulless. It all looked pretty, and there really wasn't anything that great. So I need to go back with a local if I'm going to try a true Austin restaurant trip. So what did I do? I defaulted to Terry Black's, the barbecue joint.
Very famous barbecue family from Lockhart, Texas.
And it was incredible.
Right, it's good stuff.
And it's fun.
Did you have the giant beef rib? That's one of their specialties.
Yeah, it's like...
It looks like a Fred Flintstone with chewing.
Yes, it looks prehistoric.
Yeah, it does.
We did brisket. We ordered more food than anyone could eat. Brisket, beef rib. I think we did some baby back ribs. We got the cornbread. And at the last second, I was telling you, I ordered the smoked turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
That was the sleeper. Yeah. I loved it. It was so good.
Hell orders smoked turkey.
Well, I used
in
to
the brisket capital of the world.
I know, but it was great. So that was really fun. And Austin's a cool spot. I need to find the us of Austin.
Yeah,
that can really guide me and tell me where to go.
Yeah, that is frustrating in towns because, especially in the internet age, especially in the last 10 years, because all the independent stuff's been plowed under, and you've got to find an influencer you like or this or that. But it's the brisket capital of the world. I mean, there are so many great barbecue restaurants there, and they do. Once you've had brisket in Texas, whether it's in Lockhart or Austin or Lexington, I did a big barbecue tour with my number 2 son about 7 years ago now. We hit them all. Yeah. Snow's, Louis Mueller, Blacks in the original Blacks, Smitty's, Kreutz, and it was eye-popping how they take for granted doing this cut of meat that no one else seems to be able to get right in the world. They just, it's juicy and smoky and just compelling. I mean, they say you don't need sauce because sometimes you don't need any sauce. It's that good. But I love it. But I agree with you. Ever since, Austin's had this resurgence over the last 20 years, a lot of tech companies came in there and everything. And I found that main drag with all the bars. Yeah, I just found it kind of, it was, like you said, it was like half Bourbon Street and half, I don't know, suburban mall, you know, and it was just weird.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining. On one end, you feel like on 6th Street, you feel like you're walking down Bourbon Street where people are trying to sell you Jell-O shots and get you to come in the bar for their deal or get you to go to the comedy show, whatever. And then if you keep walking far enough west, you do kind of feel like you're in San Francisco suburbia somewhere. And you're like, oh, okay. And here's a Trader Joe's and a lot of doodles walking around.
Yeah.
Suddenly. You're just like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And there's way too much country music, but let's don't go there.
Yeah, we're going to leave that. Yeah. When I got back into town, went to church, as I call it, Echo Taste Sound, where I go. Yes, they don't open until 10 a.m. It's the hardest part about it, and waiting that long. But that
I can't wait for pancakes till 10 a.m.
It's so fucking good, though.
It's like my pancake receptor modules turn off around 9:15.
Set your pancake clock back. It's like pancake savings time. So I can't get enough of what Chef Nat's doing over there. Then last night took 2 Tamba virgins. They had never been, wanted to get them there. And so went back to Tamba and gosh darn it, I love that place.
I don't think you ever can. I think Indian food, when it's done in this modern way, you just never get tired of it.
You never get tired of it.
It always has a new flavor, a new texture, a new something that keeps your brain and your palate intrigued.
Yeah, and they're always tweaking the menu a little and trying new things. Like last night they brought out a crab, and it was like a little crab, and he was alive, and he was chomping his little pinchers, and then they go take him away, and then they bring him back out, and he's been like flash fried and covered in Indian seasonings, and
he's not so happy anymore, is he?
Yeah, no, he was not. He was fried, and then you just eat it like a bar snack, and it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good, and so I literally, if you haven't been to Tamba, you don't love food.
Yeah,
you just don't.
That's true. Oh man, challenge accepted to everybody out there. Come on,
get there and look. I know menus can be intimidating because they do the authentic name of the dish and you don't know exactly maybe what it is or how it's presented. The service there is so friendly and approachable and they want you to enjoy it. Like I was there asking, what's the difference between this sea bass and this sea bass? And he was like, oh, this one is smaller and this one comes fried and blah, blah, like this one. So just go. Don't have an ego about it. Love yourself and get yourself to Tamba because you will love it.
And if you're not an Indian food lover, they'll make one out of you. Okay. Well, and just start with the tandoori chicken and they will educate you from there. Okay.
And there's sushi. There's walks. I mean, just go. Just go. And then we went to Amador.
We've covered that, so I'm not going to say much more about it.
And then I'm going to round it out because you sent your list and I went to In-N-Out also yesterday.
Well, I'll start with the negative. I mean, it was my second meal back from the food gal and I were there's 2 phases of jet lag. The first one is you're like a nauseous zombie walking around your house going, this usually lasts, for me, it lasts anywhere from 24 to 48 hours of just, you don't want to get out of bed or ever. So when I was still in that phase, we got an In-N-Out cheeseburger and it was terrible.
What?
Salty, weird. I had her taste it. I went, just didn't taste good to me. And let's...
Is it your Frenchy palate going,
well, I had been,
I can't handle this.
Coq au vin,
this peasant food. Get it away from here.
Out. Be off with his head. Okay, I just didn't like it. It was, wow. And I'll chalk it up to maybe the jet lag and the palate, but it tasted impermissibly salty. And I didn't have that beefy. And I'm an In-N-Out fan. I don't like it as much as you do, but I don't badmouth In-N-Out. For the price, it's one of the greater burgers in America. But I didn't enjoy it. So,
I went yesterday at like 10:30, and
hungover were you?
No, actually,
that's what it's good for, a hangover for sure.
It is very much so. And surprisingly, no, I was not hungover. I started taking some meds for my sinuses, and it requires me to eat food with it. And so I went to In-N-Out, got myself a double, fries, drink, and then I got the little Rockstar, his own puppy patty, $12.
Yeah, well, they do it well.
I mean, that is an incredible meal. I loved mine. It was great until the homeless lady on the scooter knocked on my car and scared the crap out of me. But yeah, that's the downside of...
Yeah, In-N-Out, yeah. So In-N-Out, well, we'll leave that, we won't debate that. My second meal was at lotta too. Because like
solid.
we said earlier, you just want those spiky flavors from when you. Because I mean, as much as I love Spanish and French food, there is a certain mellowness to it, which I think is part of the food wine symbiotic relationship that the cuisines have in that part of the world. So you don't want something too aggressive, in your foods, and for the most part, you don't get it. People think Spanish food is highly seasoned. It's not, unless you count for garlic. They do put a lot of garlic in some things, but
Spanish food isn't.
No,
the spiciest thing is those little piquillo peppers.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be downright bland,
Yeah.
blander than French food sometimes. But so we had to have. So we were back. This was on phase 2 of the jet lag, which is you don't feel like a nauseous zombie anymore. But you're waking up at 2 and 3 in the morning, wide awake. You're like, what do I do now?
Yes.
So I went to Latai too and got some larb, some green chili, some of their. I love their little dried the jerky, the pork jerky they have there. So just love that. And the food gal asked for her their green. I think she had chicken green curry. Thai green, and she said medium. She doesn't like it, but man, we took it home and ate some on the next day. It was blowing our head off, but it was just what my palate needed. So, big fan of Latai too. And then finally, the next day, and this is where I'm catching up for the last few days, we went to Curdon Way. Because after 2 weeks of eating in France, I'm not gonna settle for supermarket cheese. Okay, so we drove, and it's not very convenient from our house. Drove to Curdon Way to buy a bunch of cheese, and we did. But they make tremendous sandwiches at Curdon Way.
I've got to get out there.
Tremendous, and I think I'm going to follow my sword on a couple things. And number one, we didn't mention sandwiches. I didn't mention Curdon Way on our top 3 sandwiches, and I should have. And we had a Cuban sandwich there, which was phenomenal. I mean, because they use, a lot of Cuban sandwiches use kind of shitty ham and kind of shitty pork.
Yep.
They're roasting their own pork. They're, Kathy and Michael out there, they get the best ham. They put this Parisian ham on there. They just, the pickles are their premium pickles. It's a Cuban sandwich, and the bread is from Manzou. That's where all the bread comes from. The focaccia comes from Manzou. So this is a win-win-win in sandwiches, and they only specialize in like 5 or 6 sandwiches. We had the Cuban, knocked us out of the park.
But
it was
that's
so
like
good.
The cheese store in Beverly Hills. They do their sandwiches, and they only do about like 6.
Yeah.
But they're using all the high-end meats and the best bread.
Yeah, you'll see the capicola and the salamis there, and they go, "That's what's going into the sandwich, not the super discount stuff that most sandwich shops use." So yeah, Curdon Way, a real find. And then where's the big sword? I'll just fall right on it. Put it in front of me.
Yep.
They'll do the harikari, the seppuku right now. Yeah. When we talked about tacos on our top 3, how I missed milpa is beyond me. I deserve to be beheaded for this.
Maybe.
So a friend of the show, JB, and I went out yesterday, and they do their own tacos there. They just do fabulous meats. The barbacoa meat. The roasted pork. The fried fish taco, the chicken tinga tacos. These are, I'm not going to call them the best tacos in town, but let's just say in the top 5, they're in the top 5 in town. I don't like to say the best because you say the best.
Yeah.
The John Curtis of 20 years ago was walking around going, "This is the best. This is the best." No, I'm just going to say top tier, very top tier tacos. And they do their, but we had some fish ceviche, which was incredible. Milpa on South Durango, incredible. Kill me now. I should have mentioned it as my top 3 taco places.
I got to get back there. I owe them a round 2. I promised them I will go back. But I'm going to put you on the spot, John. So your top 3, I looked it up. And I also am laughing over here because I cheated. I did a top 4.
Yeah. Well, one of them you did a top 6. Cheater.
Well, I think the reason, so my top 3 was formerly known as Los Arcos. They go by Birria Bite now, La Vecindad, and Bahamar. But then I also have Letty's. But you have Letty's, Carajillo, and Sin Fronteras. Who are you kicking off? You've got Letty's, Sin Fronteras, Carajillo. I know who you should kick off.
Probably Sin Fronteras.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good, but I mean, to be completely honest, they're not in the same league as what Milpa is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Carajillo is doing high end stuff.
So we've got an addendum.
But Milpa feels like, they are. It's a very small menu, and you order at the counter, and they bring it over. They're doing some exquisite Mexican food there.
Can I tell you a cute story about Milpa?
Yeah.
When Mr. Hollywood and I went, we took a bottle of wine, and the lady, it was like the young girl hostess, she goes, okay, we have corkage. And we're like, that's fine. And then she...
At Milpa?
Yeah. And so...
Jesus.
No, but this is where it gets cute. Mr. Hollywood was just like, I'm going to open the bottle. And so he opened the bottle, and then she refunded the corkage because he opened the bottle. It was so adorable.
Cute. It was like, if you're going to make me open
she
this...
thought the corkage fee was for
her
them
to open the bottle. That is cute.
It was so adorable.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I will go back. Can't wait to go back. So that's it. You have a pet peeve?
Well, yeah, I don't. I travel a lot these days, so I don't want to ever be that guy. Oh, let's face it, I am that guy who says, "Oh, things are just better over there." But my pet peeve is more just of a statement, and I tweeted this out. I put it on Facebook. Amazingly, on Facebook. Sometimes I put things on Facebook and nobody responds. I wrote this on Facebook, and 100 people got involved with the conversation. The thing that frustrates me, well, the real reason I go to Europe a lot, especially France. When you walk around, we went to 4 towns in Paris. We went to Paris, Bordeaux, Toulouse, which was a real find.
Yeah.
It's like a mini Paris in southwestern France. Beautiful town, a university town. Lots of gorgeous kids walking around. I mean, they all seem to be students, but the typical French town, baked patisserie, boulangerie, deli, pastries, restaurants, cafes. But the thing I just noticed in these towns is that they take for granted all the things that we think of as special, whether you live in Las Vegas or Phoenix or Miami, or maybe New Yorkers can claim that they're in this same league. But for every place else in America, and that includes California, because I've been a lot of time in LA. This applies in San Francisco. Everything we think is special: a great bakery, fresh bread every morning, seasonal riots of seasonal vegetables in the stores, exotic cheeses by the hundreds, artisanal meats and hormone-free meats, charcuterie, miles of everything we think is special in America, they just take for granted over there. They do. And it is staggering. It's almost insane when you look around and go, these people, whether they're college kids, little kids, families with pushing strollers, or rich old people, they just walk around eating croissants
with great French butter.
For €1.50, okay?
Yeah.
Which is about $2. Here we
$8.
pay $8 for them, okay?
And you've got to drive miles and miles.
You have to go, where's a good croissant? Well, you can go here, or you can drive 4 miles over there and find a good one. Mm-hmm. I mean, there it's just like, well, if you don't go to this bakery, just walk a block.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And it just, this was my 15th time in Paris, so I'm no stranger to Paris. But it always just blows me away, even to this day. And in my jaded old age, I'm gone. Look at all this stuff that people off the street, and in America, we think all this stuff is so charcuterie. There's a good charcuterie plate here, and again over here. And, and it's just, it's depressing to me. It's kind of depressing to me. New Yorkers, I think, have more access to more great food than any other city in America. But the rest of us are just out to lunch when it comes to this stuff. And it kind of gets me down. It's not a pet peeve, it's just reality.
Oh,
yeah, so sad. I'm a little sad.
Someone send him some gourmet cheeses.
Please, I need some mimolette and some Roquefort. S'il vous plaît.
It's true. I know we have to work hard to get those delicacies around here.
Right. You have to in Vegas and LA. LA has incredible, like Beverly Hills Cheese Shop. LA has great delis. Yeah, but 15 miles in between them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just sad. So that's my pet peeve. What's yours?
My pet peeve is waiters or waitresses that think they can remember your order, but they can't. Like, write it down. Right, don't.
I haven't come across that much.
Oh,
right.
Well, I know it's not often, but I'm just saying, if you're a waiter or waitress and you might have memory problems, get yourself a cute little notepad so you can write down orders, because they're not that complex. Like, it's not like I'm ordering some complex dish. I'm just throwing some items.
What do they do? Come back and give you the wrong plate, or do they just come back a second?
Can you
or third
remind
time?
me? Can you remind me?
Oh, okay. I get
or
it.
they'll forget to fire a dish. Like, you're like, oh, we never got this, and they're like, oh, I forgot to put that in. Do you still want it? No, I don't want my appetizer after my main.
I'm eating my ice cream.
Yeah,
now.
I'm not going to take.
Don't want those fried shrimp.
Do you want your oyster after your steak? No, I'm done. Thank you.
Oh God.
So yeah, that's my pet peeve.
Okay, good one. Okay, let's get to some listener pet peeves.
Listener pet peeves. You fire away, John.
Well, David K. John's obscenity-laced rants. Yeah, that's why they're rants, David K. We're listening to, that's his pet peeve. We were listening to ETR when John went off on a rant. My wife said, turn it off. It was truly uncomfortable to listen to John repeat the F word and BJ words. They do not enhance the listener's experience. Do I say BJ once? Do I say blowjobs once? Once? Come on, Sammy.
Yeah,
how many?
sometimes.
Once. Yeah, Sammy's on one. She remembers it one time.
Yeah.
Okay. I do drop the F-bomb here and there. I hate to say it, childish and vulgar. Why can't you not? First of all, David K., I salute you and your wife because you sounded just like my mother. Almost to the word, this is exactly how she would have put it to me. Okay.
It's a rant.
Yeah, it's a rant.
And just, skip 10 seconds.
Yeah, sorry, it's a rant. And when you rant, you're really mad. It's the old shit, F, whatever. When people, that's the whole point of it. Me cutting loose. But, I try to apologize for the most part. But, yeah, once in a while they will slip through.
Yeah, and let's see. Website comments. Michael L. Love the show. Love John's blog. Keep going, folks. Lots of fun going to high stakes in November. Can't imagine it will be bad given view and how easy stakes are to deliver. I got to get over there, too.
Well, that was kind of one of the tea I was going to spill.
Uh-oh.
A friend of the show went there and was like... Yeah, so let's just say the tea is, and the only opinions I truly trust in this world are my own at this point when it comes to food. but yeah, this person knows their forks, and they said they were kind of rolling their eyes at a few things. Okay, so I'm keeping an open mind, and that's all I have to say.
Okay,
till I go, I don't want to. I'm not going to echo what this fellow says, but it was he just was like. And one of his takeaways was, even though some things were good, some things he said were really not good at all. But he said, I can't imagine it being a hit with locals. That was his takeaway. And this guy is in the biz.
Interesting.
Okay? He said it's too hard to get to and everything like that. So we'll form our own opinion.
We got to go there.
We'll get there Tom, this was at Dread. This was the best E-Talk Repeat. The interviews and backstory were extremely interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Look at us go.
The behind the scenes were I thought I really liked the Tomba behind the scenes stuff. I thought that worked very well. I was looking at it with a jaundiced eye, and I thought it came. Regarding Delmonico, so happy to have a food gal sighting. Hey, food gal.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Jim Del Torre, because when I watch it with her, all I hear is, oh my God, look at how terrible, look at my hair. Look at the fact that my nose they're photographing me from the wrong side. I mean, so I think she looks great too, by the way. So thank you very much. The food gal looks great according to Jim Del Torre. Another guy, Jim, we're getting some listener comments here.
Yes.
The burger is only available at lunch. Oh no. But I made the reservation based on the burger video, based on something you all did, but I made evening reservations. Bummer. Will they make it in the night? I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will. Maybe if you went sat at the bar, but I don't think so.
I think they're set up just to do them at lunch and just do it. Yeah. So okay, go next one.
At Smock 1143. I really love the show. Ash is great steering the ship. And Sam has like a 180 IQ.
No, don't. Stop.
I know.
His head is large enough.
Delete. Strike that from the record. But John is my all-time favorite food critic.
Oh, they do have great taste. Okay, sorry.
He's
Keep
ours
going.
as well. Unfiltered and unbelievably knowledgeable about everything in the food universe. What makes this so good is that all three are successful, wealthy people who don't rely on clicks or handouts from restaurants for positive reviews. This channel should have 100K subscribers. Keep up the good work.
I agree.
I responded saying thank you for listening and great feedback. 180 IQ though, really?
Yeah. We're around this guy every day. We'll bring that down a few points.
We'll
Okay.
knock it down.
Yeah.
And then emails. David K. You've identified the steakhouse burger. How do you rate others against, say, Delmonico's? And in particular, I'm curious how Wild Fig's Dan burger compares to Delmonico's. Keep up the good work you do to keep us informed. You know, that's a great question. I need to go back and do Wild Fig's.
Remember,
burger.
I didn't care for it.
The first time I went, first two times I went, it was a mind-blowing, orgasmic experience. The last time I went, I got the Oklahoma-style onions and jalapenos, and I didn't like it, but I also got it to go, and it was like steaming itself, and who knows. I'll have to think about other burgers, but one of my all-time favorites around town here is Stay Tuned. I just love it.
Yeah,
it's a great classic burger.
And don't sleep on the Jive Turkey either. Jive Turkey's great too.
It is.
I mean, we have like a microclimate of great burgers in downtown
and
Las
Nevada
Vegas.
Brew Works.
Yeah. I mean,
they're all over.
And Soul Belly. Soul Belly does a great burger.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can throw a rock between the great burgers downtown.
We started talking about burgers and Rocky woke up. He's like, I'm in.
Okay. The David K. Thank you. I have to agree with you. People don't feel comfortable going to Rio. They make quite. Yeah. I'm not gonna say another word about high stakes until we go there. Okay.
But David K. said they missed you at opening night. Food was outstanding, and as expected, our server was a lot of fun. So they had a great experience. We've got to go, and we will form our
Yeah, I ran into one of the people there today coming in the door.
Yeah?
They stopped me on the street. When are you coming to high stakes? So we
yes.
gotta go.
We gotta go. Yep. All right. Well,
and I think I'll do it.
That's gonna do it. So, guys, follow us on socials. Like, subscribe, leave a review. We get back to you. We read them. We share them. We have fun.
Yeah, and we love to hear your pet peeves more than ours.
And last but not least,
but keep the profanity to a minimum.
We are going to Vegas Pizza Fest, November 15th.
Oh, are we gonna get thrown out this year?
Hopefully.
It's good content.
Yes, it's all for the content. Yes, so it is, I believe, November 15th, Pizza Fest.
Yes.
We're going to run around with a crew, interviewing and tasting all the great pizzas. Highly recommend you check it out. Buy your tickets now. Google it, you'll find it. It's a really fun experience and very organized and planned, even if we get thrown out.
If you want to get gorged on pizza, that's the place.
It's really fun. Yeah,
all right,
I love it.
Since I'm back from France, I'm going to sign off. Bon appétit, mes amis.